EchoTrace is a B2B SaaS platform providing scholarly infrastructure for spatial historiography. We build the interactive framework for history education, operating like GitHub for research. Current history education faces a causality crisis. Students can recite that Constantinople fell in 1453 and Columbus sailed in 1492, but they rarely learn that these two events are connected through a severed trade route across 39 years. Existing tools are one-dimensional. Timelines show when an event happened, maps show where, and documentaries provide a passive explanation of why, without any ability for the user to verify the source material. This matrix shows how EchoTrace fills the gap. It is the only interactive tool that integrates spatial reasoning, temporal navigation, and multi-perspective source transparency in a single engine. Universities spend $347 million annually on digital history tools that do not solve this problem. EchoTrace captures this market by providing a framework that makes historical cause and effect visible. We achieve this through spatial historiography, a pedagogical model that maps history across three distinct navigational axes. On the x-axis, navigating horizontally between locations at a frozen moment reveals the military logic linking simultaneous events. Vertically, the y-axis shows how civilizations transformed the same landscape over centuries. The z-axis provides evidentiary depth, revealing the bias and credibility of the narrator. This three-dimensional architecture uses a bird metaphor for intuitive navigation. Students fly between cities, ascend through eras, and dive into the underlying evidence. The system is constrained by epistemic neutrality. We show competing perspectives side by side, with transparent bias tags, allowing the student to evaluate conflicting claims without editorial filtering. By providing the engine rather than the content, EchoTrace operates as high-margin infrastructure. Institutions license the platform and populate it with their own regional research. This B2B SaaS model delivers 75 to 85% margins. Once EchoTrace is integrated into a curriculum, the resulting software lock-in drives an estimated 14-to-1 ratio of lifetime value to acquisition cost. We validated the prototype at the El Karak Castle ruins using a zero-context protocol. Students unable to explain causality after reading a brochure could articulate complex geographic military logic after 5 minutes of navigation. Following this validation, we are expanding to the Kings Highway corridor to secure our first wave of annual SaaS contracts with regional universities. Global scalability is achieved through geographic expansion licenses. Institutions pay to build and brand their own historical corridors using our engine and methodology. For example, UCLA can license the infrastructure to map the Roman Via Appia. They provide the academic expertise. We provide the technology and the hosting. Every new client-generated corridor expands our global network. This allows the platform to cover new historical regions organically without requiring EchoTrace to fund content research. Universities buy EchoTrace to solve immediate accreditation needs. It provides a demonstrable, measurable tool for teaching and assessing source criticism across the history curriculum.